It's time for another reverse Grand Prix. We are here for the British Grand Prix and we are going the other way around Silverstone. Guys, I can't wait. Look at that. Maximum sentiment, level 5 fan rating, fan bonuses gained. We are cooking. Why? Last time out at the regular Silverstone race, guys, there was magic in the air. Wet race. If you want to see it, go check it out. It was insanity. Absolute insanity. We arrive here though, looking to do good again. So guys, previous episode will be linked in the top right. Go watch it. Silverstone normal. But today we have the reverse, and before that we have endgame talks with Nico Hülkenberg, and most likely after this Franco Colapinto. Both drivers will be wanting a little chat. So we're going to get straight down to business and see exactly what their terms are. Now that we have level 5 fan rating, we are even more appealing as a team, and I'm sure a Carlos Sainz meeting won't be too far behind these two with their end talks. Anyway, let's get down to it. Hülkenberg joins the meeting and his terms are as follows. Performance clause has been removed. He's reduced his salary by 5%, and yeah, engineering workforce 160, fan rating level 6, vehicle performance ranking level 5. We can basically fulfill 2 out of the 3. The fan rating, we only just got level 5, we're nowhere near level 6, but we can get 5th in the vehicle performance ranking very soon. For Colapinto, let's see what he wants, because we can kind of contrast, as always, what both drivers' demands are and put them against each other. Now, Hülkenberg's quite lenient, Colapinto not so much, and it's consistent. So, earlier on in the season, he wanted a higher engineering workforce, which we do comply with. A very lenient fan rating, level 3, which is great, but he wants 3rd in vehicle performance ranking, so that's kind of his high request. So Hülkenberg wants high fan rating, Colapinto high vehicle performance ranking. So that's their data, and we can now make a decision if we're going to sign them or not. The question is, where is Carlos Sainz in all of this? Now, last time out, of course, we picked up the win. Absolutely insane with Colapinto. We also had a mechanical failure, which gave us 360 R&D points extra. That was on Hülkenberg's gearbox, where he retired from the race. So that has already been updated, so both drivers are ready to go. As we delve into some facility improvements, starting out with corporate, we're going to go for sponsor roadmap, which basically gives us 250k each time we level up with our main sponsor, which little kind of insight here, we are likely to renew and change sponsors, primary title sponsors for Season 2, or Season 3 actually now. We also do our level 3 driver awareness stat in the personnel facility, so we're going to keep on improving our drivers. We do a victory celebration as our activity, and we're going to do a fan outreach once again as always. And yeah, go back to my point before, we'll see how these things develop, regarding the moving pieces on the market and, upgrades and facility improvements, because, yeah, I do think we've maxed out X4 MiG and it might be time for a change sometime in the future.
Okay, Chief. We've just completed the research for an upgrade and it's now ready for development. Be sure to check in at the development area when you get the chance.
Now, we'll see what that future upgrade is. In the meantime, word has got out, unfortunately, regarding these meetings with Nico Hülkenberg. Not Colapinto, but Hülkenberg. That might influence Carlos Sainz if we have a meeting with him in the future. We're now at the race weekend. We've received dual development efficiencies, which makes dual developments cheaper and more reliable. We're going to jump into facility improvements, and we're going to go for the QV expansion for the aero. Reduce the chance of research delays and development failures in your aero department by 10%. We're going to probably do QV expansion also on chassis and powertrain at some point, and likely durability as well. Speaking of which, we received the control electronics research, so we're now going to develop the upgrade. We're going to do 2 single developments to try and get that on the car before the next Grand Prix in Hungary. And yeah, with that done and dusted, we have one last thing to take care of here in terms of facility improvements. Sponsor negotiation, support staff level 2 has arrived, and we're going to do versatile staffing, unlock an extended activity, advertising campaign, activity for your corporate facility. So basically an extra activity to do something different and kind of mix things up, which I welcome. So yeah, with that done, we are going to select Nico Hülkenberg, 85 rated, 94 focus. Colapinto, by the way, 99 focus heading into this weekend, but still 80 rated, following from the win last time out. You can see P5 in the Constructors, we are within 90 points of Mercedes-Benz, and both the drivers sitting comfortable in the drivers. Hulkenberg, by the way, only 10 points behind Kimi, Andrea, Antonelli, so that could be something to look out for. Now, let's talk about this weekend. Same setup pretty much as the last race at Silverstone in the normal direction. We're going to now apply the reverse, or the flipped tyre pressures, of course, for the reverse setting. But we're going to get straight into this one, starting out with practice and our practice programs. First one, time management, was absolutely fine. We got a purple score, which is great. We then jump into our race sims, and we had a bit of traffic with Lando Norris getting in the way here at the end. We did get 5 clean laps, easy delta to beat, no dramas. Tyres also looking pretty good, so job done on that one as well. And then last but not least, we did the quality sim. This one was absolutely impossible, like literally impossible. I cruised to the line to pick up the objective and the bonuses and discounts, but we're not going to get even a green on that one. So yeah, job done. You can see the program is mostly purple on time management, mostly red on the quality sim, and then for the race runs, tyre wear very good, almost level, and 43.5 kg fuel for the race, which is going to be the key data, as we actually got faster every single lap as well. So we really were finding our groove in that one. Hulkenberg P8 in practice, Colapinto P15. That is your lot from practice. So yeah, job done. We pick up a few R&D points. It's not a massive amount, but it's still decent. And we also, of course, get some discounts, which will go a long way. 8 in total to be exact. But yeah, let's get to qualifying and let's see how things pan out.
It is one of the most exciting moments of the entire weekend. Driver versus stopwatch trying to deliver for their team in qualifying to set the grid.
Now, as you know, we've actually raced here before. Unlike Reverse Austria, we did a 100% race here at the start of the game launch as Hamilton in the Ferrari. So I have some experience around this version of the reverse tracks at Silverstone. Granted, this is my team. A lot of upgrades on the car. It's a different car to the stock regular car. So let's see how this pans out. End of the first lap, though, in Q1. And we go straight to P2, 124.4, which that will do very nicely. P9 in the end in that session, others did improve. Colapinto gets P17 and is unfortunately out in Q1, so we lose the other car, which isn't great. I was hoping for a better performance, getting that qualified by Doohan, Crawford isn't ideal, Behrman as well. Those are drivers that are lower rated than Franco, so you don't really want to see that happen. So yeah, not exactly ideal. Anyway, into Q2, we're down a car, so Hulkenberg is our sole focus, and we're going to get stuck in. Now, it was a rough lap, this one. We got turn 1, or technically turn 2, a bit wrong as we bumped over the high curb on the inside. Also got some traffic here, cars leaving the pit lane, which is interesting, the way it rejoins onto the racing line out the first chicane. Albon does a good job, doesn't get in the way, so we'll take that as we now head into the reverse S's here, through Chapel, now into Beckett's, and then Maggots to close it out, as we are now going to race up towards the old turn 1 at Cops, of course, in the normal direction. And we've got Crawford just parking it at the apex. Luckily, we had enough downforce. We could still keep our foot in it around the outside, but we had to go the long way around, which isn't exactly ideal. Eventually, we do finish out the lap, and we're going to see what we can do. I think we did a 24.4 in Q1, if I'm not mistaken. Over the line we go, and it's going to be a 123.7. So even with the small mistakes and the traffic, we do go 7/10 quicker than our Q1 lap. I went again looking to find some time and, of course, correct those mistakes. And we were a 10th and a half up, so it was actually not as much as I thought what we lost in those moments. I do believe there's more time to be found, but we had another big moment of our own. As you can see, they're just fighting the car all the way through, and yeah, eventually I ended up boxing and abandoning that lap. So yeah, job done for us. P5, will that be enough? We've got half a second over Antonelli and about 6/10 over P11. Yes, we do. I think we'll stay in the garage. We won't go back out and take a chance. I think 6/10 is pretty decent. The answer is, a gamble worth taking. P7, absolutely fine. Tsunoda, Verstappen in a different planet in the front row. And yeah, good job for us. Lando just makes it in by a couple of hundredths over Esteban Ocon. So that could have been a big surprise in Q2. But job done for us. And we now move into Q3. Now for this one, my best lap was my first lap. And I actually only did one lap in this session. So I'll let you guys enjoy a really good hot lap at Silverstone reverse. And there we go, 1:23.4. We basically ironed out those kinks from Q2 and put a clean lap together, going 0.3 quicker. And look, Hamilton is likely to improve, but 0.4 to the next car, and Tsunoda, to be fair, will likely improve as well. So we're looking at 0.8 to Norris. We're comfortably ahead of Gasly. I'm not going to wear the engine out. I'm not going to burn another set of tyres. I can save them for the race. So I chose to not go out. And yeah, Hamilton did improve. In the end, Tsunoda surprisingly did not improve. And actually, Hamilton only went P7, so maybe, but like genuinely, I did not see half a second in that lap at all. Like literally, that doesn't exist. So we couldn't have done any more. That was a risk worth taking, just not going out, and it paid off. Gasly didn't also go out in the end, so job done. P9, that was the maximum. The top 4 teams are just too quick in qualifying here, so we'll see how that translates to the race. Now, regular Silverstone was rain, and we were slow as anything. Luckily, the conditions went our way. This one is dry, and based off this, we seem slow. But you never know. Maybe there's some magic in the air once again at this particular racetrack.
We meet again at Silverstone for one of the great Formula One races of the entire calendar. With a barely believable capacity crowd creating a phenomenal atmosphere, it is time for a race that puts a smile on your face. It is time for the British Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Antonelli, Charles Leclerc, and Hamilton, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Gasly, and Esteban Ocon, Albon, Piastri, Lance Stroll, Doohan, Behrman, Crawford, Franco Colapinto, and Liam Lawson, Hadjar, Aaron, Pepe Marti, and Gabriel Bortoletto completes the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Well, we welcome you to the broadcast. It's going to be some race today. First of all, introductions. I'm Alex Shakes. Alongside me for this one, Anthony Davidson. Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Now, here we go then. It's time for the race. British Grand Prix time, reverse. I will admit, the top cars, the top teams look very quick here. And I think it's going to be difficult for us to fight for much other than P8. I think P8 is realistically the best we can hope for. But we'll try, as always, to try and get a good result. Now, strategy for this one. The default personalized doesn't really convince me. A soft medium, I think, is prone to overheating and doesn't really work well long term. The alt strat that I've drawn up here is a bit slower, but I think I'm guaranteed a better result and a better race performance throughout. So I'm going to go with my gut, go medium hard, go alternate and try that. Fuel, we're running what we did in practice, so 43.6. And yeah, generally we're looking pretty good. So we'll try and make this work and see what happens. Either way, I think if we match the heroics from last episode without the brain, that would be insane. I don't think it's going to happen. I also think Hulkenberg's podium streak might just come to an end today. But either way, we'll try everything and see what happens. Anyway, it's time for the reverse British Grand Prix. Now, it seems we have a mixture of tyres. I'm trying to keep some temperature in mind. It's not been the quickest formation lap you're ever going to see. So we might just lose a little. We'll do a little burnout on the way to our grid slot to try and make something work. But let's get to it. That should be fun. We'll burn out. There it is. Right. Let's get into this one. It's time. Reverse British Grand Prix. Let's get to it. Lights out. And it's showtime. And it's a good start. Oh boy, this is going to be scary. Oh, that's a tight squeeze. That's a tight squeeze. We're going to get Hamilton though. 3 wide. Had to respect Tsunoda on the outside on soft tyres. Credit to Lewis being very clean there. Very conservative on that inside curb. Oh, feeling dirty. Yeah, I remember this race when I literally first got my hands on the game doing a 100% race around here. You could really notice the dirty air. So we're going to have to bear that in mind. The AI do not suffer the same way we do. So they could hurt us a bit in the corners. Not just in the acceleration zones. But we'll see what we can try and do. I'm confident I can still do well my race pace here. We do have a majority, I'd say, of cars on softs. So I think if we can hold on and crucially keep Hamilton behind on the mediums, that would be a good first step. Those on softs may potentially, and I say may very loosely, maybe 2-stop, which would open up an opportunity here for us to try something with strategy and, you know, commit to this alt strat. So let's see. I'm expecting to overheat the tyres as well. That's going to be fairly normal around Silverstone. So that'll be a factor. The Red Bulls, I think, already start to open up daylight between themselves and the rest of the competition as we understeer there again with the dirty air. Just couldn't get the front to bite. I think we're still just trying to get that temperature in the tyres. Wasn't the best formation lap, but either way, we're sticking with the pack. And the minute we've got DRS, that's huge. So it has been a good start. To be fair, it's worth noting, Norris is actually leading right now. It's not the Red Bulls. So I was wrong. It's the 2 Mercs right now who are leading this train. So we're sticking with it here. This is really good. Let's see how this develops over the next few laps. 1:25.6 from Verstappen. Not bad. 26.1. That is very respectable. Sure, Verstappen's stuck in traffic, but still, that is actually surprisingly encouraging. The race pace seems quite good, actually, and I'm genuinely surprised. I was expecting to struggle. But maybe, just maybe, there's something in this for us today. Here we go. Tsunoda on Leclerc. This is going to cause the first bit of chaos to begin. Wow, what a move that is. Tsunoda just goes clean around the outside on Leclerc. Fair play. That was an absolute cracker. Hamilton's pressuring me here. He's using batteries within a couple of tenths, trying to close in and pass me here. Should be okay to defend this. I've still got a decent bit of battery. Just got to keep these 4 cars in our sights. As long as that happens, we'll be fine. Tsunoda's really pushing the pace here. We've dropped Ocon. He's now really pressuring the Mercs, and as a result, the Mercs are trying to raise their pace as much as possible, so it's pushing and stretching the field. Verstappen still hasn't hit the front, so the front 2 aren't running away like crazily, so let's see. I like how this race is developing. I just think we're just going to be on the wrong compound the entire race. You know, they're going to be a step softer the entire time if they one-stop it, but If it means I'm quick and it works for me, then so be it. Or a bit of a lock-up and some oversteer on the way out. Starting to struggle now, my rear right is overheating. But we're still keeping pace. Those softs should start to just fade a little bit now. So let's see if we can start to make some progress. Right, there it is. Tsunoda's gone for it on Antonelli. This might just cause a few things to happen. We've also dropped Hamilton on this lap. We've managed to put him out of our DRS range. Russell now will get away a little bit. Tsunoda is through. He's looking very aggressive and very rapid. So the field is starting to spread out. Wow, Tsunoda goes purple. Now. That's insane. On softs. Wow, he's got some pace. I mean, Norris is still holding the lead. Verstappen can't get through. I wonder if Max possibly has damage. That's why he can't get by. That's my only guess, because Tsunoda is looking rapid. And I'm surprised Max can't match that pace. In the meantime, I feel like Leclerc has been dropped, so we now have a chance to get by and potentially leapfrog onto Antonelli. P5 could be the target today. Oh. Deep again. Tricky corner there to really close in. It really is. I wonder when these soft runners are going to start to box. At the minute, they're all still staying out. This might be my chance. Down the inside on Leclerc. There we go. I've been struggling to find the spot to overtake the Ferrari. But finally we get it. No overtake attempts, I just couldn't even get close. I mean, Hamilton's actually closing back in, but finally we've got the move done. So we've got a couple of laps here before the pit window to try and get up, at least for Antonelli, get close, and we can try and see if we can beat him in a pit stop race. As it's likely he might stay out an extra lap, so I can probably undercut him. That's the benefit of the hard tyre. Russell in, here we go. Leclerc will probably follow, so Antonelli will be in next lap. No, Leclerc stays out.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
To be fair, is right behind me. I haven't got away one bit, so I think we're just level pretty much pace-wise.
Franco's in the pits. Franco is in the pits.
Tyler Icon has also just come on. Oh no.
The ERS is offline. We're currently looking into the problem.
That's going to be a big issue because we're going to concede to both Ferraris. Oh my god, that's horrible. The minute you go into dirty air after clean air, you just don't have any grip. That's a horrible fault to have right as we arrive at the pit window. All that hard work to try and mix it up there for P5, and it's all going to get undone on this out lap. I'll say out lap, in lap.
You should see ERS back online now. The guys have fixed the problem.
Oh, the Ferrari's there. We're looking at a bit of a scrap. So Leclerc will be in their lap, so we'll get to have a pit stop battle with him, and we'll be boxing a lap before Hamilton, so we get a chance to also pull away from him as well. So here we go.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Let's not speed. Right. Very cautious pit entry, but all good. Right. In we go. Let's see how we deal with this. It's going to be a busy pit lane. Again, we're switching to hards here, so we're going to be a compound harder, but seems to work for us. Seems to be doing the job. We'll have no overheating on the right rear in this stint, which is good. The hard tyre should be bulletproof. In we go. Shame we couldn't hold up Antonelli there. Good stop, 2.4. No delays this time. We've had a couple of slow stops recently. Right, let's see. We're racing Hamilton here, so big out lap, and also try and stick with Leclerc really would be ideal. Clean track.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Look at the gap Leclerc just got on acceleration out the pit lane alone. That's insane. Let's try and work our way back into DRS range. Really good first corner there. Out of the pits to try and close the gap. And we're in. Fantastic. Lovely S section. That will do very nice. The remaining cars are in, so now would be a great time to try and pass Leclerc here. Let's see, I've got a good bit of charge. Again, we're racing Hamilton at pit exit, so this should be interesting. Hamilton will have the run up towards Stowe. Oh, lots of dirt, yeah, there he is. Wow, he's actually got the overcut. That's insane. Hamilton with a huge overcut on myself and Leclerc. Nothing we can do about that, except try and pass Leclerc. Right now, we've got momentum and speed on our side. Hamilton is on the hard, so same strategy as us. So really, he's the guy we want to try and race. Using everything here, we're going to try and burn to try and get within his DRS for the hangar straight next lap around. And also, if I can drop Leclerc here, this would be a little bonus, a little added bonus. So we'll try to drop him here, and we'll keep on burning. Hamilton's on cold tyres, still kind of come out with temperature, so the more damage we do on this lap, the better. He's going to have a lap fresher tyres than us. Right, we've got it. We're there. So we've achieved our goal. So really, I think today the objective is P6. If we finish in P6, we've done well, beating the Ferraris. Antonelli's too far away now. Russell is your race leader. Tsunoda's going to join that battle with Norris and Verstappen. I still think Verstappen might have damage, but unless they battle really hard, I think we're too far away. So it's going to be us versus Lewis. We have just dropped out of range here. Hamilton's shaking us off out the S section, but we should creep back in. Leclerc's gone. This is the better race car, I think. Flat out right now. Absolutely flat out. Hamilton is very quick on this stint so far, and I'm just hanging on basically at all times. We've completely dropped Leclerc. Top 5 though are even quicker, which is insane. I don't know how you can go quicker around here. We're on the limit as it is. But yeah, target now really is to try and fight for P6. I am burning through my fuel quite a bit now, running at this extreme pace. So we'll see how that develops over the next few laps. But I think we should be okay according to the calculations. Just trying to hang on to Lewis, but I'm using everything to try and stick with the 7-time champ. Ooh, a little wobble there for Hamilton. He's just eased up over the last lap, I'd say. Finally, I can keep up a bit easier. But yeah, he must have put his tyres through a bit of stress. And that mistake kind of confirms it. I'm pushing flat out here. Albon's out. Too late for a safety car now, though. I'm just biding my time. I'm going to try and see if I can do something on the last lap here with Hamilton, because I don't have a ton more pace, really. I'm still kind of on the limit. Right, we've got some big lap traffic coming up. I need to get past now. I can't risk it in case we catch them later on in the lap. That's too dangerous. We get a warning. I've also just noticed I'm very marginal on fuel. Hamilton's had a good exit though, so I'm not quite close enough to challenge here. We'll try and stay close and try and do the same overtake we did on Leclerc, as we have another DRS zone on the old pit straight. I'm burning everything here to try and get close. Oh, flat out onto the grass. Using everything. Here we go. Through down the inside, and we've just arrived at the lap traffic. This could be critical. I'm going to try and set up my exit onto the Wellington straight. I don't have a lot of battery left here. Russell wins. Verstappen goes purple on the last lap. A little bit of lift and coast just to make it on the fuel. Oh, Marty gets out of the way by parking it on the apex. Yellow flag. Not sure what for, but we are just going to hold on here, I think. On fuel as well, we'll take that.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Thank you. Good job.
George Russell has done it. George Russell is the winner.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
It has been a day of drama, so much to unpack, but first of all, the rewards for the top 3. And absorbing the acclaim of the crowd, George Russell on the top spot.
Well, there we go. Great final lap. An absolute heist. It was Hulkenberg v Hamilton at Silverstone again, just like in real life. Colapinto just missed out on a point. I say just. There was a pretty big 15-second gap, but he finishes P11, and had there been a DNF in the top 10, it would have been our first legit point for Colapinto as AI driver. Either way, P6 for us. That was actually way better than I expected. I thought Piastri would actually fight through the field and finish ahead of us, and we'd probably finish P9. But yeah, we'll take it. We beat both Ferraris and the McLaren, and that is excellent. The top 5 were just way too quick. They were in a different category today, pace-wise. They were almost alien. So yeah, nothing we could do versus Mercedes, Red Bull, and Norris. To be fair, Piastri was also very quick at the end, and he would have been right up there as well. But yeah, we'll take it. More points, happy days. You can see, unfortunately, Antonelli outscored us. So he actually pulls away from Hulkenberg, and the gap is now 12 points. Colapinto though, comfortable P10, 77 points for Hulk. It's not looking too bad. Hulk does close in on Piastri a little bit, so some progress being made. And in the constructors, you can see P5 is still ours. The gap is now back over 100 points, of course. Russell winning the race and Antonelli up there as well. Merc look strong. So not much we could do. That was basically maximizing everything possible, so I'm very happy. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe for more daily F1 and F1 25 or F1 related content in general. As always, on screen guys, you would have seen the post-race fallout from that one, which should be decent, not great, but decent. I think we might lose some fan bonuses or sentiment, but generally it shouldn't be terrible or a disaster. But anyway, guys, cheers for watching. A massive shout out to the channel members for supporting the content on the channel. Check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys soon. Until then, take care, and that's goodbye from me. Ciao, ciao.